All right, so I've been many things in my life, not just a veteran and a retired cop. I'm also an artist. I'm a tattoo artist. I do paintings, I do drawings, and I have a love for art. And I absolutely love this painting. And it's pretty crazy, the background behind. Now, this here is a picture of the artist who painted that. His name is Edward Myler, Edward Charles Myler. And he was a line sergeant in the U.S. Army in World War II, and he served with a unit called the Ghost Mountain Boys. And they were actually part of the 32nd Infantry Division. Now, they saw some of the worst conditions and the worst fighting in the Pacific Theater. And at one point during their time in the Pacific Theater, they were conducting a river crossing, and several soldiers had fallen off during the crossing, and they were starting to drown. Edward, he wasn't a swimmer either, but those were his boys out there that were dying, and he went out after them, not being a swimmer, not really knowing how to swim. And during the process of him rescuing several of his troops, he was strafed by Japanese aircraft, but he made it. He brought all of his boys across to the other side, and for this, he was awarded this bad boy right here, the Silver Star. Now, after the war, Edward returned back to the United States. He got married and he raised a rather large family, but he became a commercial artist, and he did a lot of various things in his time between arriving home and when he would ultimately pass. But art was his thing, and he did this painting for the Namrin Friendship Center, and it was actually in his apartment for a very long time. And I remember it as a child, and I remember learning so much from this man, this artist, this warrior, as a child, because he was my grandfather. And it's so funny how similar our lives have been. It's uncanny. I too served and deployed many times. I also did a lot of community service, and I helped the Friendship Center where that painting hung, and I never told anybody about it.